Hello, everybody, and welcome to the actual roads of South Tucson. My name is Chip Chapman. I'm joined, as always, by Lightning Lord Shivers.
Yellow!
We are here on the actual roads of South. We are not actually on the actual roads of South Tucson. We are a safe distance from the actual roads of South Tucson because, of course, we had to let everybody know of this town who just celebrated week 2 of their youth football season just yesterday. That it is not safe to go outside today, at least for the next hour and a half, because we are driving really fast cars on very real roads in actual South Tucson.
That's right, Noddy. None of the law enforcement could stop us because this is all sanctioned. Even that TV feller, John Bonnell, sanctioned this. We can feel the sun shining down on me. We can feel the heat of love's flame down on me. It is time for Elimination Sunday. It is the Jesse James Prix on the actual roads of South Tucson.
Absolutely correct. That is it. That is correct right there, Lord. We are dropping down. We are dropping 4 weights off of our playoff hopefuls. We got 16 playoff hopefuls, and they are hoping to go for the championship. We know that 3 of them have already qualified for the next round. Dirk Tanaka, Paul Alcohol, those 2 have won our last 2 races, and Giacomo is locked in on points. The other 13 drivers all have to race their way in. We have 16 drivers in the playoffs. We drop it down to 12. The bottom 4 drop off today. Morris Mayfield, Reverend Pastor Chavez, Kevin Boner-Pillman, and Cobb Salad are those 4 in question. Jim Blossoms is right on the cusp. He's in 12th right now, but he is sitting on the outside pole in this,
Jim,
along with Paul Walker sitting in 5th. And you know, we're talking about some of those lower those drivers who are at the bottom of the playoff standings, like someone like Reverend Pastor Chavez, 33 points off of the what is deemed to be the cutoff line. But he won this race earlier this season. He won it, second race of the season. That's what got him in the dance. Reverend Pastor Chavez is probably in the best position to move up in the place.
That's right, and there will be plenty of opportunities to move up as this field comes up, and way the hell up Mount Tisdale, and then plunges all the way back down. That's going to be your key passing opportunity, because some of these cars may not have the grunt to make it all the way up that hill, and some of them can just motor on through and then just fly on down those.
Some of them are, in fact, impatient as fuck. That is true. Also, the nice thing we've seen, if you remember our earlier race, the time we visited this track earlier this season, you know, what you start to see is these packs of cars that just interchange, and you can see a pack of 10 that just pull away and then get reeled back in by the rest of the field. You see 2 or 3 drivers get a good run, but they can only hold it for so long. Maybe they try to lead a lap. It's a 12.8 mile course, only 10 laps, so that's only 10 opportunities for 5 bonus points. And I think we're getting to the point we might as well just go ahead and run through the field and talk about how the starting grid lines up. What do you say there, Lord?
It's Elimination Sunday with a Y. 2 Ys, potentially. Maybe even 3.
A lot of them. Well, it is the Jesse James Prix here on the actual roads of South Tucson. This is how they line up the starting grid. As we mentioned on our Twitter, Paul Walker, he has won his first pole of the season in that 00 Nihilist Arby's car. On the outside, Jim Blossoms in dangerous position to get eliminated. He's doing pretty well. Ennio Sparina and Joe John Winchester, a couple of veterans on row 2. Winchester needs a good run as well. Agent Toby Keith and Giacomo on row 3. Giacomo already in to the round of 12. On row 4, it's Ricky Walton and Big Daddy Thibodeau. Again, 2 playoff drivers sitting in about the middle of the pack, looking pretty good, but want to just assert themselves into the second round. Kevin Boner-Pillman having a rough go with Richard Blood on row 5. Kevin Boner-Pillman in 15th, Richard Blood in 6th. Petrol Topoff is in 7th right now. He's on that row with Bucket Dushan, who was causing a little bit of havoc in our last race. On row 7, it's Bowie Jessup And Paul Alcohol, who is in to the next round. He's currently sitting in second place, but on that one win. El Matador, Toto Rosanna, and Stumpy Lane on the next row behind them. Stumpy Lane in that number 9 Gumboos car. On row 9, it's Jeff Shanice sitting in 11th place, and Cobb Salad in 16th. He's got to do some moving up. He's going to be driving pretty aggressive to make sure he does not get eliminated. Vitalik Kriptoff and Harry Gunt, the ham bandit himself, in that So Much Chicken car. They are on row 10. Row 11 is Mr. Naga's Most Glorious Driver and Jeff Gordon, the horse. On row number 12, it is Jean-Paul Henry. Poor qualifying effort for him in 4th place. And Morris Mayfield in 13th place, 19 points clear of the cutoff line in the 69 car.
Nice.
Dirk Tanaka, he's through as well. He's in that row with Smiley Van Buren on row 13. On row 14, it's Doug Pork and 542 Norman. A couple of rookies on that one. On row number 15, it's Woo Bye Bally and Fat Dad. And at the back of the field, it's one of our playoff contenders in 14th place, Reverend Pastor Chavez and Nikolai the Soviet Driving Bear. That surprises me just a little bit, Lloyd. We got Reverend Pastor Chavez sitting at the back of the field. I'm a little surprised. I'm not going to lie. I thought he put in a good run for this track. He did so well, but maybe that's a chance to move up.
Yeah, well, he's got that road racing pedigree. We just didn't have the car set up right in qualifying, but as I mentioned here, once they climb up the hill on Mount Tisdale for the first time and then start to take the plunge down, that'll be a good opportunity for him to potentially make up some places. He could be up in the top 5 by the time we even finish the first lap around the actual streets of South Tucson.
Well, that's fair enough. And of course, it wouldn't be a day here if we didn't thank the Lord. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to I believe it's Reverend Mud Flaps of the Biblical Proportions Blessed Buffet, who is going to give us our invocation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, let us pray.
Let's pray. Oh, damn these wings. Oh.
Fuck your ass and reflux! Woo!
Amen. Okay then. He said amen, so that means we're done, I guess. I guess that's a prayer. Well, I guess, Lord, it's a road course. It's gonna be interesting. This is kind of almost like a wild card of a race for the playoffs. It's gonna be interesting to see how everybody fares. What's gonna be the important thing for these playoff drivers?
Well, for a lot of these drivers, especially the ones who are sitting inside on the outside looking in, they cannot afford to make any mistakes. Some of them will be coming in with different attitudes. Some of them will just be trying to drive like they've got nothing left to lose. And keep an eye out on some of those non-playoff drivers that are going to try to play spoiler for some of the aspiring drivers who are just trying to race their way in to the round of 12.
Well, there you have it. I think it is time to go down to those most famous, well, not quite, the close to famous words in motorsports, but the ones that kind of get the kind of get you the point across. So why don't we go ahead down to trackside and get those words in?
Yes, we have the assistant to the secretary of the deputy sheriff of the South Tucson Volunteer Police Department here to give the command to start the race.
Hey guys, just stay off the roads here. It's we got a lot of fast cars coming around. Please, whatever you do, please stay off the roads. This is not a drill. Please stay off the roads, folks.
Yeah! Woo!
And there we have it. That they were handing out flyers and everything. I don't understand why it took them. why they needed to use the command to issue a warning, but hey, here we go. And you can see the rolling hills of South Tucson as we get this going. The pace car is leading them to a green flag. We are not doing a full lap at this length of course. So I hope everybody is ready. Corso driving that white. Is that a Ford Bronco? That looks like a white Ford Bronco. Corso.
Oh man.
Well, we can follow Corso in the white Ford Bronco. He is on the actual roads of South Tucson. I understand there is somebody named AC in the. He has just turned off. Well, too bad. We'll get to that later. But I think it is now time.
We'll get you back to Rockets versus Knicks here in just a few minutes. But now it's time to get started with the goddamn auto race.
Absolutely. Here we go. 10 laps. Actual roads of South Tucson. And let's go.
Go!
Diddler! It is a goddamn auto race.
Woo!
I think we jumped the gun. There we go. There it is. All right. We have gotten this goddamn auto race.
It's goddamn auto race.
Oh my God. Just in time.
God.
And Paul Walker leading this one at the start. 10 laps to go on this 12.8-mile road course on the actual highways and byways.
We have not fixed shit in terms of potholes.
No, we didn't fix shit. Well, it ain't our job to fix shit. Well, it kind of is, but... And look at Joe John. Look at Jim Blossoms.
Jim!
Looking to move himself up. If nothing else, he's pushing to the front of this race. Hope he knows it's 12 miles. He can't lead that for an entire 12-mile lap to get himself a 5 bonus points, but he is looking.
Here they come.
And
Shit. Up Mount Tisdale they come.
Up Mount Tisdale. They are slowly making their way over, and look at that. That is a beautiful landscape over there, and look at that. Blossoms ceding it to Jeff Gordon, the horse. The horse in the lead right now as they come around.
Got the horsepower.
And he's followed by Morris Mayfield in that 69 car.
Nice.
What a race, and you're seeing, as we go back to the chopper, we'll get to the chopper indeed. They are starting to split off as well. Morris Mayfield leading this one, but again, it's a long lap. It is 12.8 miles. We're going to see a lot of movement. Mayfield just got a good run.
This. Morris Mayfield started this race in 24th. In less than a third of a lap, he is already up to the lead of this pack.
Well,
I love this damn shit, y'all.
I love this racetrack. This is why this is a racetrack that gets doubled as our season opener, our season opener, opening weekend, as well as a playoff car, and we just lost a little bit of visual there as they went through the tunnel.
That's right.
That is, of course, the Glory Hole Tunnel in South Tucson. You know it well. And actually, just a little bit of a trivia here. Do you know this race actually does go for a little bit in East Tucson? I mean, it drives the entire highways and byways of South Tucson, but there is a small portion of it that is in East Tucson.
That's right. And we didn't tell their community organizers damn thing. That's just a surprise for them.
They can figure themselves, hey, if they didn't know that, then that is their own damn fault. We are seeing a conga line of leaders here. Morris Mayfield, Big Daddy Thibodeau, Joe John Winchester, Jeff Gordon the horse, and then forming the balls at the back are Jim Blossoms and Smiley Van Buren. A nice little shaft of leaders. 3 of those cars, 4 of them, you want to include Jim Blossoms in 5th now, are playoff contenders, and you better believe that Morris Mayfield wants those 5 points. That'll help move him a little bit closer to safety. He's actually jockeying for position with Jim Blossoms. We're seeing 2 cars who are racing for their lives. Maybe both of them can make it in, but you know, we're just hoping that we see some good racing today.
That's right. You know, when I was in situations like this where I feel like every race paid $1 million to win, And if I had to win to make sure I won the championship, I would just go like hell, move anybody out of the way, wreck anybody I need to, and suffer the consequences later, because all that matters is winning. It's winning and ball busting sets. Winning ball busting sets and drinking.
Well, they all come with winning. I mean, you can do those last two things without it, but I mean, it helps when you win.
That's right.
We're looking right now at the race for 10th place. It is Richard Blood, and right behind him, I think it's a race for 10th place. I'm not even sure. These are old numbers, but we are looking at Richard Blood with Ricky Walton right behind him. Couple playoff cars right behind a pair of adjective food cars. That is, of course, Doug Pork, who moved all the way up from 27th, and Fat Darrell, who I believe moved up from 29th or 30th, I believe. So again, we're going to see a lot of shifting. We're going to bear with us as we head to lap number 1 in just a second, and we're seeing as they're pushing for those extra spots.
Speaking of shifting, you said shifting.
Yeah,
I'm
shifting.
sorry. I just saw the biblical proportions guy just scamper off to the porta potties.
Oh well, I hope he finally got that burp out. We don't want that to be. We don't want him going. We don't want him doing a two-way in the porta potty. That's just unfortunate.
I don't know. I think that's about to happen.
Oh well, that's
starting to flood over.
That is very much a tragedy.
It's spilling out from under the bottom of the
wow,
door.
and it is just, I can see it, and it is just a literal rainbow of colors. Much like the rainbow you can get at biblical rainbow of selections you can get at biblical proportions, and we're seeing. Look at this. This seems to be our first pack of cars. Maybe breaking off. Agent Toby Keith putting a good run in. It's going to be, that looks like that's our top 15 right now. I'm doing a quick count there. And here goes Bucket Dewshine. This might be the angle to get right now. This might be the angle of the dangle. Nobody's separating just yet. But
That's
Big
right.
Daddy Thibodeau is taking the lead right now, but Morris Mayfield got those 5 points.
And look at that KYST news chopper. We have borrowed it for the race. We didn't actually tell them, so don't tell them this.
No, thankfully we did not let Corso drive it either as they head through the mountains. And they
Oh shit! That reminds me. Did anyone make sure that jet fighter hangar was locked down?
Oh boy, that's not going to be.
Oh god damn it!
Well, the jet fighters will probably be. We should have warned them about this so they don't do their passes again, because our chopper is not really. Well, we call it a chopper. We're using the news chopper. We didn't have to use the blimp this time. The Blimpus. But of course, we might have to if the news chopper seems to encounter. That was the problem. The fighter jets affected the Blimpus too much, so we had to use the KYST news chopper.
Yeah, I don't even think it's there.
Chopper 22.
I think it's just some the Chopper 22. I'm pretty sure it's just the dude who ons the property at the studio. I think he's just loaning out the chopper to be loaned out to the new studio.
That might be the case. Looking back at that 69 car, staying at the front. But look who is leading. Meet me in Temecula. It's the Temecula dirt car, Ricky Walton.
It's unbelievable.
He is unbelievable. He's driving really well. Oh, almost got into it with Jeff Gordon, the horse, as they split up going around this bend. Let's go ahead and see them from the high angle. This is that big turn they got to maneuver. And coming around again, it is Ricky Walton leading it with Jeff Gordon, the horse, right behind him. Jeff Gordon wants to meet him in Temecula on this 12.8 mile road course. We're hitting the helicopter as we head back into town. Driving through the actual roads of South Tucson. Here we go. We passed a couple of
we got a couple of quick trips up there on the side. We got a few industrial buildings.
We got the old we drive by the old abandoned paper mill, which still smells like sulfur. For the love of God, that smell is never gonna go away. I mean, that's how you know you're in South Tucson. You get a good whiff of that old abandoned paper mill, then you know that South Tucson city limits are well on your way.
Smells just like Darlene.
It does. It do. And nonetheless, we are heading around. It's going to be Ricky Walton. Oh, Jesus Christ, they're the fighter jets. Okay. We didn't tell him.
Jesus Christ, damn it, Dip.
Well, I think our chopper, Chopper 22 seemed to handle it all right.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was wobbling a bit from the turbulence down there, but it's still going. It's still going.
Fair enough. There you have it. Gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try something here.
Wind farms. Not to be yes, those are the.
You can kind of see right there. There you see our. You can actually see our map right there. Someone was asking about we were asking about the road map of this track. I think I was just able to pull it up on our stream really quickly. We just took a look at it. I think maybe for next year next season might be a thing we have to look into.
Yeah, see, look, up there's the Muni, and there's the Muni, and there's another Muni.
Yeah,
and up
exactly.
There's the Big Diddle.
Well, 2 laps into this race, and Ricky Walton's going to take 5 big points, and we are looking at a lead pack of 8 cars with about a half second between Jim Blossoms and Kevin Boner Pillman putting a good run in.
It's the last chance. You know, sometimes people have got to perform, and sometimes over 66% of men don't, but Kevin Boner Pillman is in the 34%. It looked like they're going to perform at the time when they need it most.
Well, 33% of the time would be one of these 3 races in this road.
Holy Jesus, they almost got clobbered by a train.
I mean, the train's probably fine. We didn't tell the railroad companies either, did we, huh?
No.
Well, they're heading over Mount Tisdale, and they are all linked together. We saw that. That is where that's where the packs just kind of come all together. Is over Mount Tisdale. It is the great equalizer here in South Tucson, on the actual road South Tucson. Of course, named for the heavily disgraced former mayor. Why they still name a mountain after him? I mean, it's easier for maps. Let's be honest. And you know, again, I was listening to that Stiff Competition podcast. I love me some youth football, and I was watching it yesterday while we were here. We had it locally on. We actually couldn't get to a game. They're all sold. Every single game was sold out. It was amazing. But we were watching it and talking about how these people just don't like voting. They just don't like voting. Like, they could vote to change the name from Mount Tisdale to something else, but it would require actually having a vote, and they don't like that. Oh, the Jean-Paul Henry is falling way back into the pack as they head into the Glory Hole Tunnel.
Oh boy, caught the marbles there. You don't want to get caught up on the marbles. To be fair, this track has never rubbered in enough to where there's actual marbles.
No.
But like I said, you know, we talked about we don't fit shit on the roads because that's not our responsibility. All it takes, you get out of the groove, you hit a pothole, that car comes out of shape, you lose so much momentum on a track where it is pretty much wide ass open the whole
Pretty
lap.
much. This is a legitimate wide. This is a wide ass open highway. Like,
Heart of the champion, balls of a horse. We miss you, Beaumont.
and we're signing the petition, or somebody is. There's Wu Ba Bala, middle of the pack right now, right in front of Jean-Paul Henry, and right behind Richard Blood, as we see them heading around a very treacherous turn. You don't want to take that one at full speed. Head back to the front of the race in Chopper 22.
Oh, man.
Morris Mayfield in the 69 car, still hanging out in 3rd place. He is right behind. Looks like that's Bucket Dewshine and Jeff Gordon, the horse, who appears to be at the head of this race. So again, Morris Mayfield, the best of the 16 playoff cars, and he's the one who needs it. He is just on the outside looking in. Jim Blossoms, I don't think is that far behind. This might be a good run for these 2 cars.
That's damn right. Morris Mayfield is he's just delivering. You know, it looked like he might have had a setback last week, but he's right back in the thick of things. And if he takes a win here, it's gonna mean he goes through to the round of 12.
It does. A win takes it, but he is only 19 points going into this race, out of playoff contention. Who's right above him? Jim Blossom. So we might be seeing both of them leapfrog a couple other cars in this thing. That's the thing. We got 3 drivers who have already worked their way into the next round. 2 of them because they won, and a third on points. Giacomo cannot, mathematically cannot drop below the cutoff line. They're in. Everybody else has all to play for. No one's confirmed eliminated. No one of those 13 drivers is out, so that is 9 more spots for those 13 cars.
That's right.
And we're seeing them come around here. Look at that Taco Baco car looking to tinkle outside the Binkle on the outside curve. And Mr. Naga's most glorious driver is also there. And look at this. We're going to see a race for the lead here. Morris Mayfield's putting a run on. He might take those points away from Jeff Gordon, the horse. Well, the horse ain't going to know what to do with them. They're points. And he ain't in contention. Morris Mayfield wants those extra 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. He's got 2 out of 3 so far.
That's right. Oh my gosh, Jeff Gordon, the horse, he's starting to fall back. You know, if he had peripheral vision, because after all, he is a horse, he probably would have been able to defend a lot better, but he's slipping to the back of the 6-car pack right now.
Yeah, it looks like, and Cobb Salad's up there too, as is Big Daddy Thibodeau and Eneos, Ricky Walton just fell back, but I think he was just trying to get behind one of his drafting partners as they head up Mount Tisdale. Here we go. They're going to have to look at how they all spread out. I guess just for some visibility. I mean, you want to get behind somebody and help get it. I don't know how much a draft can pull you along when you're climbing up a damn mountain. But
gentlemen is what Mr. Naga's most glorious representative would say. If he got to see Mr. Naga's most glorious and honorable driver, may he climb for 5,000 feet above sea level and into contention for the lead of this race.
Yeah, that's a good run by the number 10 car, that Kumite car, sponsored by Mr. Naga himself. That's why his big old picture is right on the hood. And may he race for 10,000 laps. Indeed, that Toyota Yaris is looking pretty good. And, of course, that is the winner of our All-Star event, the Gumboos Pointless Rextravaganza. Had a bit of a tough season, but he missed the playoffs. But, you know, again, they're looking to help out their teammate, Reverend Pastor Chavez, in that 33 car, who is not looking to have having a good day. He is way at the back. Oh no, that is not looking good at all. Reverend Pastor Chavez might be out of the playoffs. He is in dead last right now, and he is way off the pace. That may be that's an unfortunate turn of events for Reverend Pastor Chavez.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. It's a big no from me for the yes car, but that's going to just mean there's a bunch of other cars looking to push forward. Paul Walker not doing good as well. He's going into this, he's in 5th place. He might be a little safe, but I don't know. You cannot chance it at this point, and I think Reverend Pastor Chavez may have just kissed his playoff hopes goodbye. We're looking at Paul Walker and Giacomo, who again, Giacomo is into the next round. Paul Walker and Dirk Tanaka do not have, and Petrol Topoff do not have that luxury. They just got to worry about outracing some of these other cars. As we just saw 542 Norman go overhead. How about that? That's how far behind that child is in this race.
Remember, we have an actual child who saw one of his brothers play football yesterday.
Yeah, got to say, yeah, he's actually around.
Got to see 768 Norman out on the gridiron. Now 542 Norman is out there driving around these actual roads of South Tucson.
So again, a hometown favorite, the South Tucson Youth Motorsports team, of course, made up of Eneos Farina and Big Daddy Thibodeau, who was sitting in there right on the bumper of Cobb Salad, and his partner, his teammate Eneos Sparini in that 28 car is up in 2nd place. Thibodeau's looking pretty good too, so we got a pair of South Tucson Youth Motorsports cars up at the front pack. And Thibodeau is the one in playoff contention, so that's a good sign for him to be up in 6th place, it looks like.
That's right.
Right behind that 69 car. I think at this point, if you're Big Daddy Thibodeau, coming into this race in 8th place, you know, a win would be nice, but at this point, you just want to race your way in. You just want to make sure that you stay on this course.
Right. I don't give a shit about points because I can barely count. I didn't even pass the 4th grade. I don't give a shit about the mathematics. I just want to win. That's my attitude.
Ooh, whoa, Mr. Naga's most glorious driver got really loose. That whole pack of cars, that draft, got really loose coming down that hill.
And they are so determined to block coming
Oh,
down.
use the fighter jets again.
Oh my God! Holy Jesus, that was loud.
As we head to lap number 5, Morris Mayfield going to lead this race yet again. 3 laps, and on a 10-lap race, that may just about do it for those 5 bonus points. So that may move him into contention even further. Oh, we see, Thibodeau caught out watching. He is well wide of the pack as they head up Mount Tisdale.
Oh man, I think he's hit one of them. He's hit one of them damn potholes on the side of the track. It looks like he lost a little bit of momentum. All right, here they go. We drive over a level railroad crossing. With fighter jets on the track and helicopters.
I keep missing the train. I don't know where the train is. You got to point it out to me next time.
It's deep down south, yo. We play this game. It's them Quad City DJs, and yo, we call it the train.
Oh, they do. The Quad City Express. It hits all the towns, northwest, south, and east Tucson.
That's right.
The Quad Cities, as they call them around here.
And everybody wants to board this chain, including Michelle, Tamika, and Tanya, of course.
No doubt about it. Well, 10.
And of course, when you can smell them tranquil breezes from a mile away, that's actually the sulfur smell from the paper mill. That's still abandoned, but still smells like sulfur.
Yeah, it's been abandoned for years and years. I don't understand. Back before they even outlawed baseball in this town. And look at that. That is Woo Bob Ballett pushing his way up front. Or is it Cobb Salad who has pushed his way to the back, who has fallen back? But Woo Bob Ballett putting a good run in on this race. He is not giving up at all.
Let's see if you can listen in to Woo Bob Ballett's rim race radio.
All right, got one behind him. All right, we'll get it fixed here in the pit lane.
I think I heard we ain't pitting. And a lot of meowing. But he's got a good car. He's all by his lonesome. He's going to try to catch up to that secondary pack where Big Daddy Thibodeau and Jeff Shanice is up there. Jeff Shanice moved up through the field. Look at that.
The invincible man of vehicular awesomeness, the Iron Jeff Shanice.
The Iron Jeff himself. He is taken to that Brandon. Oh, he just got bumped, I think, by Woo Bob Ballett. Oh well, that might have just been avoiding disaster on that. And Paul Walker and Dirk Tanaka have also fallen off the pace.
Son of a bitch! You trying to break
We're seeing a lot of cars falling off the pace, but here we go. Look at that, Shanice. I think Woo Bob Ballett has used that inseminator function, and he has pushed Jeff Shanice right to the front of this goddamn auto race. Holy fuck!
Going! Oh my God! Somebody tell Beaumont to come bust his ass out the correctional facility. He needs to come see this.
Holy hell! Well, we're looking at the bottom.
Oh my Jesus!
6 cars at the
heaven.
6 cars are off the pace right now. 4 of them are in fact playoff drivers. Paul Walker, Dirk Tanaka might be having a little bit of squeak. Oh, Dirk Tanaka's in. Says Giacomo. Paul Walker might be having a little bit of squeaky butt time. Tightening up his anal cavity, hoping that he can still get enough points to make it through. But Reverend Pastor Chavez, I think his playoff day is over. But look at this, Jeff Shanice and Woo Bob Ballett leading this goddamn auto race, and Ricky Walton and company following straight behind. We're hitting the halfway point.
There are sightseers perched up on every roof of every small business here on the actual roads of South Tucson. And I don't think any of them can believe what they've just seen as Jeff Shanice and Woo Bob Ballett just pushed their way to the front of the field.
Over, and they got Ricky Walton right on their tail, and he's putting a run in too. They want those 5 points.
He's taking Mayfield. He's taking Dushine. He's taking Richard Blood with him.
He has, and that is Tucson with him. They are running neck and neck for those 5 points. Who is going to lead it? It looks like it's going to be Shanice. Shanice puts the block on Mayfield to take those 5 points. Smart. He wanted to put the block on Mayfield rather than draft with Bale, because I think that's the thing. He wanted to keep Mayfield from getting that lap again. Shanice has his 5 points. He's in 11th. He's 22 points clear of the cutoff line. That just may have helped his case.
This pack is starting to bunch up, and I think
They really are.
they're getting good fuel mileage, which of course ain't a priority as much as
No, not at all. Oh, there's the moving train. Jesus Christ, they missed it again.
Oh my God! This race has so many dangerous catastrophes in place. I love it.
I mean, you know, if South Tucson wasn't known as the 4th biggest little city in the world. Wow, there is a lot of just they're squeezing themselves in there. Look at
All Alcohol's trying to make a push up to the front.
he is. We're looking at Boo and Jessup was just neck and neck with or side to side, trading paint a little bit with Ricky Walton and Vitalik Kriptov. But this is a front pack of this race that we were not expecting to see so bunched up so late in the race.
This is outstanding. This is good. This is good, honest American racing, taking part on public roads. Please do not attempt.
No,
unless
please
you
do
tend
not
to send
attempt.
us
This is
any.
dangerous as
Please,
shit.
yeah, don't attempt this unless you tend to send us footage. And in that case, we want to see. And then I want to critique your driving style because you're not carrying enough speed through the damn corners.
Absolutely, and Big Daddy Thibodeau, representing South Tucson, Arizona, has just pulled himself into the lead. Can he hold on to it for the remainder of this lap and get 5 valuable points? They head through the glory hole tunnel. And Thibodeau
Sure has.
Thibodeau has, in fact, taken the lead, but it is not the end of this lap yet. But
It
he
ain't
is
safe.
pushing out, and this is the same kind of push that Jeff Shanice got. I don't know what Big Daddy Thibodeau may have. Maybe he was just watching. Maybe his spotter told him to do the same thing, and we'll see if he can get anybody to come with him. Behind him is El Matador Toto Rosanna and Mr. Naga's most glorious driver. So there is nobody in playoff contention right behind him. Ricky Walton looking to make a run, but I don't think he's got the horsepower. And look at that, El Matador Toto Rosanna just gets right in front of him.
But you know who may have the horsepower is Jeff Gordon the horse, and he's still in the factor. Remember, any one of these drivers, as long as you don't lose touch with this lead pack, you are in with a chance to win this damn race.
Yeah, and we're seeing that lead pack is staying pretty large as they head past some of the abandoned tractor trailers.
Girthy.
It is girthy. It is a lead pack that is a lot larger than we saw at the first race of the season as they head through the actual town of South Tucson. And, you know, again, Dirk Tanaka, Harry Gunt might be off the pace a little bit. Kevin Boner-Pillman not looking good for him either. He is a bit off the pace as well.
He
Smiley
was
Van
just
Buren
up at the front just laps ago. So was
I
Smiley
don't
Van
know what
Buren.
happened. I don't know what happened to them. They may have fell back. We'll have to keep an eye on it when they come around again. If they have gained any ground or if, in fact, they have fallen off. But it looks like it's going to be Big Daddy Thibodeau taking 5 valuable points. And he was sitting in 8th place, 50 points clear going into this race. He, in fact, that will help his case in a big way. As we come around, let's go ahead and take a look at go back to Chopper 22.
I may have just knocked my damn microphone over. I
That's all
saved
right.
it. It's all right.
It's all right. It's
folks.
exciting racing. That's how it works. It's like Jeff Shanice and Ricky Walton are right behind this pack of 5. Yep, Shanice, Walton, Mr. Naga's most glorious driver, El Matador Toto Rosanna, and Big Daddy Thibodeau, the leader of this one, Ennio Sparina. It looks like he's in 6th place trying to put a run on. Maybe try to help his teammate stay in that lead, but he's got a handle on it. Ricky Walton taking a look. But it's going to be Thibodeau taking those 5 points as we come around here. 6 laps are going to be in the books in just a moment. And
Most of these
yes,
books
sir, it's
can't
gonna
even be read by the competitors. Big Daddy Thibodeau leads a lap, but this race ain't done yet, not by a long shot.
No, not at all. We got 4 laps to go on this racetrack. Thibodeau, the leader right now, right behind him as far as playoff contenders. It is, in fact, Morris Mayfield, as well as Ricky Walton still in there. A lot of playoffs contenders are still in that lead pack. We're seeing some break apart. We're seeing a top 10 between Stumpy Lane and Bucket Duchan. Bucket Duchan seems to have caught back up, but here we go up Mount Tisdale yet again. And we were seeing a lead pack of 10 cars. It looks like they're going to break off at about Doug Pork. And yet we're seeing that lead pack has been dwindled down to 22. Oh, man. It is not looking good for Kevin Boner Pillman, as well as...
Bone is a you idiot. Now, folks, if you donate your Gray Bits to us, you can see more fine racing content like this. That's Gray Bits, the official cryptocurrency of the South Tucson actual roadways, and the official cryptocurrency, the official blockchain of the Diddler Cup Racing Series.
Yeah, you want to block some chains, you want to chain some blocks, you want to blockchain some chain blocks and chain block some blockchains, you want to deal with your cryptocurrency. I don't understand how it happens. I keep all my earnings in a coffee can, but nonetheless, that's because I don't trust the banks, okay? I don't trust them.
That's right.
And, but Gray Bits are fantastic at this point because they are the official cryptocurrency of the Diddler Cup Racing Series, and of course of our network that provides us with the outlet here, IRM, where you are watching this. Be sure to check out all the links below and some of the other fine programming. Again, South Tucson Youth Football. I watched it yesterday from the comfort of my own hotel room. It was Stiff Competition. Great podcast. They were talking all about fast food menus from around the whole dang world. I can't wait for that segment to come back.
You mean like New Mexico and shit?
Yeah, like there's a New Mexico. Absolutely like New Mexico. We should get a New Mexico like Arby's menu and look at that and laugh at those sons of bitches. Look at Jim Blossoms right now. Looking pretty damn good. In the front of this race, he is in 4th place right now. Jeff Shanice. And the way we're looking at this right now, Boner Pillman probably out. Cobb Salad not looking good either. It is really who's going to avoid 13th.
When does Cobb Salad ever look good?
That's fair. I mean, there's a hard-boiled egg in that too. I mean, it may just be the unfortunate case of someone running really good on this track but not being good enough. Petrol Topoff may be. Petrol Topoff, I don't know if he's going to be that much in danger. He's only in 17th place, but again, the running order just changes so quickly and can change like that. We're going to take a look at Petrol Topoff. He is currently sitting in he was running in 17th. He's putting a good run on right now. That number 90 car, sponsored by Dimitri's Russian Roulette laser tag, of course.
That's right. You get many guns, but only one of them is an actual real gun.
I feel
that's the joy of it.
That is the joy of it. Children love it. They can't get enough of it. The lines are around the corner for Dimitri's Russian Roulette laser tag. And he is running all right. He's still on the pace. He's got Paul Alcohol behind him, giving him a good push. He's right behind Stumpy Lane. Looking maybe to try to thread that needle if he can get in between Stumpy Lane. No, he can't. He's going to stay behind there. Took a good look, though, as they head back down. Oh, look at the speed they can get. By the way, these cars, despite the fact that they are slowing down up Mount Tisdale, despite the fact that they have some turns that they are slowing down on, the average leading speed, 162 goddamn miles an hour, which means they are easily going like 200 right now.
That's right. You know what that means? That means they're not getting pulled over. And even if the roads weren't closed, they still wouldn't be getting pulled over.
Hell no!
Hell no!
I mean, you know what? At this point, if you're doing 200 on these goddamn streets, the cops are just going to laugh and say, you know what, give them that one. Why the fuck not? Look at this. We got a race for first place here. We got a race for the lead. Is Jeff Shanice going to hang on to it? I think he just might have.
But look at Morris Mayfield trying to make it 4 wide for the lead.
He sure was. It was Ennio Sparini and El Matador Toto Rosanna getting that push there. And we saw somebody kick up some dust. I think maybe El Matador Toto Rosanna and Morris Mayfield may have hit that pothole. But they are staying in position. Jeff Shanice looking for those 5 bonus points. Morris Mayfield's going to be wanting to look at that as well. He wants those. Oh, God, they almost hit the train. They almost hit the train. The goddamn train is getting closer and closer, y'all.
Oh, my God. Holy Jesus. Are they lifting for that train? No. They know the brakes ain't going to stop them short enough.
Absolutely
they just
not.
Gonna drive right through it. And you know, in the event that you can't avoid the collision, all you just got to do is find the weak spot in between the freight car, and you can just plow right through it.
I mean, that's really what you're looking for. You're hoping for the freight car to be carrying, you know, pillows or feathers or some watermelon or at least some glass so it looks like the movies. But look at Jim Blossoms leading this one.
Jim.
Oh,
Jim.
He has not taken those 5 points yet. Morris Mayfield has led 3 laps. Jeff Shanice 2. So that's 5 points for each of them. The lap leader, the one leading the most laps, would get an extra 5. So Morris Mayfield looking to hold on to that. He's going to be trying to protect that, but he's running pretty dang good. I think at least somebody may be dropping enough that it'll help him out. We'll go through the field while we're looking at this. Jeff Shanice did lead a lap. He's falling back to kind of get his points and kind of just sit back a little bit. In that front pack, that's the thing, we got this front pack that is 22 cars, and you know, the only ones we're certain of that aren't going to be in contention are Kevin Boner-Pillman. You know, Paul Walker is going to be dropping way back. That may actually be doing some damage to Paul Walker. He may be in a little bit of danger of moving on. I think he might be okay, but I'm not going to be so sure of that. Jean-Paul Henry has moved up to 7th place. He is in this lead pack as well. Henry coming in with the last 3 laps, these last 36 miles or so. And that is one of the questions. Will the train determine the playoffs? Oh, good God, we got some trouble there. Oh, Cobb Salad just wrecked. There ain't no caution. But Cobb Salad has in fact wrecked.
Oh my God, he just slid up the bank. Oh my God, he's disappeared into the abyss.
He is slid up the bank. That is going to be absolutely devastating. That is going to spell the end of Cobb Salad's playoffs.
It may spell the end of Cobb Salad. I mean, he literally just fell into the abyss.
He spun himself out into oblivion. And of course, there ain't no cautions. We ain't cautioning this. You know, realize how long it's gonna take to drive 12.8 miles under a fucking caution? We ain't doing that shit.
No. And even if Cobb Salad were to transport into another dimension, he's still got to show up for the next race next week.
Yeah, he's gonna be there. We'll get him. We got the technology, probably.
That's right. If we don't have the technology, we know a guy who knows a fella down the road here that can do it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we seen enough that sci-fi stuff. And yeah, again, that's the thing. The fuel tanks are handling pretty dang good on 10 laps. I think they can handle it on 10 laps. Anything longer than that, we're going to start seeing people having to stop for fuel, and that's why this race is in fact a 10-lap race.
I would love to see, just as a challenge here, see them run one more lap. See how long they can stretch that out before everybody just starts running out of fuel.
Yeah, we were toying with that idea. I think that's where it gets a little dicey, as we're seeing.
Sketchy.
Just see what they can do. Morris Mayfield has been
driving out of his mirrors. Morris Mayfield's up there. Jim Blossom's trying to make a pass for the lead.
And Morris Mayfield just got Blossoms a little loose, coming up right behind him. Got a little inseminator feature of himself. That's kind of where he just got up there and turned himself around. And you know, he's going to stay behind Blossoms right now, and they're going to stay in this big pack as they get closer to where we're going to see a leader. Agent Toby Keith leads this race.
How do you like it now with 2 laps to go?
Well, my goodness. Well, he's got a red Solo cup full of something, liquid courage, as he leads this race for 5 points. They ain't going to matter because he ain't in contention. However, it looks like Cobb Salad's race is going to be done. I don't know if he's going to be back on the track, but I think we can safely say Cobb Salad, Kevin Boner Pillman, and Reverend Pastor Chavez have been eliminated. It is going to be that battle for 12th. Morris Mayfield, Jim Blossoms, Jeff Shanice. Jeff Shanice is still in potentially up there for that. In fact, where did Jeff Shanice drop down to? Did we lose Jeff Shanice there? No, he is down in 18th place. Okay.
Pack, but he's going to need a push here. We got 2 more laps to go, and if they're going to make a push, this will be the second last time before they can climb up Mount Tisdale with any momentum.
Yeah, we might see Jeff Shanice or Joe John Winchester, who's in 6th place right now in that front pack. Jeff Shanice is in danger of not making it out of this round, and that would be absolutely shocking to me if he did that.
It's not often that you see the Iron Jeff taken down.
No, but it could happen today as we're seeing. Who is that at the front of the pack? I think that is Doug Pork, a rookie leading at the actual roads of South Tucson. That Good Gravy 8-3 car. And boy, that is some good gravy.
Good gravy, that car is fast.
Yep, the Good Gravy car just looks like mashed potatoes and gravy, which sounds fantastic right about now with 2 laps to go. Leading this race. Still a lot to go around with 2 laps to go. They're heading into the Glory Hole Tunnel. We'll join you right back around as they come back and follow them. It's El Matador Toto Rosanna. Look at this. We got 3 cars at the lead of this race who are not in playoff contention. Morris Mayfield in 4th place. He's the best of the playoff drivers right now in 4th place. Just shows how much these races mean to them.
You just don't know what the actual roads of South Tucson mean.
Yeah, that means a lot. You know, again, and they want to impress. They want to show up for a good ride next year if they're looking to improve their standard. They want to just stay in their teams as it is. You know, I think we're about to head around the last turn, and I think there's those undulating hills before we head for the final stretch, before we get the white flag, and this race will be just 1 to go. It could be a matter of a few points.
It's Elimination Sunday with a Y.
It is, and maybe a second one. We're not entirely sure.
A 3rd, maybe even a 4th. We could probably slam.
Oh, Jesus Christ, there's the fighter jets again.
Oh my God.
Who the hell is flying these over here? I mean, I understand it's hard to get a ticket and hard to get a good view, but you don't need to fucking fly over them.
Hold on. I'm looking at the pace car camp. Where the hell is Corso?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I knew there was one more this time than the last time.
God
I
damn,
knew it.
Corso! Corso.
Well, then, okay, fine. Corso's got it. Well, we are seeing a bit of a break apart here. Morris Mayfield, Joe John Winchester. There's Stumpy Lane, Big Daddy Thibodeau behind him. Ricky Walton, we're just kind of going through the field here. Jim Blossoms fall behind a little bit. John Paul Henry, Boo Jessup, and there's a separate pack. Mr. Naga's Most Glorious Driver, and Paul Alcohol's in that one. Woo Bala's in that one. We're going to go ahead and keep an eye on this as we hit the white flag pretty soon.
1 lap to go.
Back to Agent Toby Keith in that lead pack here. We see the undulating hills of South Tucson, and they are hitting some top speeds as they go around there. And there we see him again. There is that final curve, that final turn before they make the final stretch.
Here we go.
And Morris Mayfield taking a look. Let's keep an eye on Morris Mayfield. You see him on the left side. He's got a block in there by, looks like, that's Agent Toby Keith. El Matador Toto Rosanna wants himself some 5 points. I think he's going to get him out the white flag. El Matador Toto Rosanna takes the white flag with 1 lap to go.
1 lap to go. Sponsored by Beepus, the official race field with the Diddler Cup Racing Series.
Put a little Beepus in your tank. Beepus. El Matador Toto Rosanna, and look at those intervals. Ricky Walton. There is definitely going to be one of those 8 cars in the lead pack. Rosanna, Pork, Keith, Mayfield, Winchester, Lane, Sparina, and Thibodeau. big gap between them. And look at this. We're seeing a real jump between there. There's a second pack of cars. Where is Jeff Shanice? Jeff Shanice is off the pace. Oh, Jeff Shanice may be in trouble.
Oh, shit.
We may see Jim Blossoms, and we may see Morris Mayfield race their way in. Jeff Shanice is in trouble. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on there. He is struggling. I don't know what happened to the 38 car. He is behind the pack. He is trying to catch up.
He just had too much salt early on in the race, and now he doesn't have enough salt.
Yeah, it's going to be just a lonely night at MSG for Jeff Shanice, the Iron Jeff. He's behind. He's behind the pace of the behind the pace cars. He's behind Paul Walker and company, so that is not looking good for Shanice. But we're going to keep an eye on the leaders. It is 3 of them. And look at that. Morris Mayfield doesn't need to win this race, but you tell that 69 car that he don't need to win this race. He would love to get a win under his belt this season because, again, it counts for playoff points, which help in your seeding when we kind of readjust the points.
69 nice team, you know, they have struggled so much. You know, they brought in endurance racer Autobahn last season. Didn't work out. They brought in Morris Mayfield as a coveted free agent, and he's just within a second of bringing this team and this car their very first victory.
It'd be Morris Mayfield's second victory in the Diddler Cup. It'd be his first in the 69 car, and it'd be the 69 team's brilliant. It'd be a great first victory if they can get it. But El Matador Toto Rosanna, he has won races in the Diddler Cup before. He knows how to put it on them. And we got a lead pack. We got Joe John Winchester right behind him too, as this is a treacherous curve.
He's got a clean air supply in front of them. Here we go. They got a break here. They don't want to break, but they pretty much have to.
Yeah, that's where we lost Cobb Salad to the Abyss, which I don't think is going to be called anything else other than the Abyss. But here they go around again. Morris Mayfield looking to put a run, and he got a good run off of Joe John Winchester. I don't know if it was a brake check, but Mayfield is sticking right to that bumper of the 75 car.
Here they come. It's going to be a photo finish if Mayfield can just stay right behind him.
He could put a good run on. There's a lot of time left in this last lap. But we are pretty sure, we're going to have to, of course, get this for certain, but we're pretty sure that Morris Mayfield has raced his way into the second round. We're almost certain that it is Kevin Boner-Pillman, Cobb Salad, Reverend Pastor Chavez, and Jeff Shanice who will be eliminated after today, leaving our field at 12. We will get confirmation of that as we will end this race, as we have the points tabulated and the official results are set. But look at Morris Mayfield. Look at Joe John Winchester. They are going neck and neck. They are right behind each other. They still have that final turn.
Elbow to elbow. They are going nuts to nuts.
They are going ball sack to ball sack indeed.
It's not gay if it's for a place in the round of 12.
Exactly. And I don't think, if I'm their spotter, I'm not telling them they have to race their way in. I'm not telling them that they're good. I'm telling them to race like hell and make that spot certain.
I would have just dumped them in that corner back there.
Absolutely. Well, here we go. This is the final curve. This is the last curve before the final stretch, and Winchester making a run.
Here
Winchester
they come.
looking. So is Mayfield. Here they come. Who's going to get a run?
Who's going to get it?
I don't know if that's going to help. That may just help El Matador Toto Rosanna to keep the win. It is Rosanna who is going to win.
Lead them all the way.
Rosanna. Morris Mayfield.
Bow!
Morris Mayfield hangs on to second place. Joe John Winchester in third, Agent Toby Keith in fourth, Ennio Sparina in fifth, Big Daddy Thibodeau in sixth, Stumpin' Lane in seventh, Doug Pork in eighth, Jim Blossoms ninth place, Jean-Paul Henry and Vitali Kriptov, that's 10 and 11, 7 seconds off the leaders. And that is huge. We're going to hopefully get some words from El Matador Toto Rosanna, who did not qualify for the playoffs, but a huge victory for the 75 team.
Holy smokes, what a damn race.
What a goddamn auto race indeed.
And they still haven't parked the jets.
No, they haven't. They have not at all. And, yeah, it looks like
Who
they are going
taught
to
Corso how to fly?
Wait, we got Corso? Wait, hold on. Where's the pace car? Hang on a second.
We established that Corso had jumped out of the pace car, knowing that they weren't going to throw a caution here. Well, I mean, it does make sense after all. We do seem to park the pace car conveniently right next to the jet fighter hangar that is never locked for some reason when we go to these.
Oh, dang it. Dang it all to hell. Well, there you go. Well, there you have it. There is our winner, El Matador Toto Rosanna. The winner
El Matador Toto Rosanna.
The winner of the Jesse James Prix on the actual roads of South Tucson. And boy, I bet they are happy. Latin Lloyd, can we go ahead and dial into the can we dial in there?
We got on the race radio, El Matador Toto Rosanna, winner of the inaugural Jesse James Prix on Elimination Sunday with a Y, maybe several. Mr. Rosanna, Toto Rosanna, El Matador, where'd you go, Prix?
Anything that you prefer is fine, huh?
Goodness. Oh my gosh, what a fine race we just had. I tell you, for that last lap, we were holding off Morris Mayfield for all we could, and just had to drive smart, keep behind us, and what a win. I'm very proud of this team for taking the win, and under these circumstances, we knew it was going to be a tough race with a lot of hungry playoff competitors. Just want to thank all the boys back down in the shop for putting together a whale of a race car, and for everybody in the state for sticking with us and never giving up. Even when times got tough this season, we were always out in the clean air supply, and we used it to our advantage to stay up front.
Well, there we have it. Have it indeed.
I'll tell you, the man has a very unnervingly high voice.
It's startling, isn't it?
I mean, granted, he's a multi-time race winner, and it's the winning that does the talking most times.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that, Lloyd. Well, it looks like, of course, El Matador Toto Rosanna has in fact won this race. We're just going to go ahead and confirm a couple things here, just to make sure that that is the case here. And we're just kind of looking at the information we need to make sure that we got our information here, and got a
That's
little
right.
bit of an issue
We're
here.
we're doing the tabulations.
We are Brenda and the tabulations here, absolutely. There's a little bit of an issue here with something in our hang on a second here. What are we looking at here? We're tabulating ourselves here. We're tabulating everything, and we're just making sure that we don't have any sort of problems here. To let you know who, in fact, has qualified. What in the hell happened here? Oh, dang it.
We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this right.
Yeah,
so
I don't know what's happening here. Something is. Oh boy. Why is it doing this?
Carry the 5.
Shit. There we go. Okay, so we got some issues with our old spreadsheet here. We're looking at trying to make sense of all this, and what in the hell? Why is it? What in the hell you mean circular reference? The hell's a circular reference?
That's of course a reference to a single lap around the track.
Of course, I understand that. Well, no, of course. I mean, I get that one. That one makes all the sense in the world to me. But let me just go ahead and figure this one out myself, and at least be able to tell you how they are, how many points we are seeing going to people. So, Jeff Shanice was 22 clear. Morris Mayfield. Let's see.
I would be shocked if Morris Mayfield was not in.
Oh, he is in. No, he's in. I'm looking at it right now. He is definitely in.
He is all in it back.
He is all in. Looking at it right here. So, Kevin Boner Pillman, Cobb Salad. Wow, Richard Blood must have been running low. He was off the pace as well. That is surprising to me. But nonetheless, I think he's still okay as far as that points go. Let me see something. I just want to make sure I understand something. I want to make sure I got something right here. I want to take a look at these. We're gonna do these by hand, ladies and gentlemen. This is how this works. We're getting our interns out here. We're looking at them. We're looking at what we need. So we got Giacomo. He's already in. But
Giacomo is in. We know he is in because of the fact that he won.
No, he didn't win. No, he didn't win, but he's in because of the. He's in because he was solid on points.
Yeah, he was solid on points. Paul Alcohol was the one that won. So War Machine Racing, they are good to go.
Exactly. We're just going ahead and just popping these all in right now, and you bear with us here. We're gonna go ahead and get you an up to date set of stand-ins and confirm it right here. We have to do some calculating here. Apparently, my spreadsheet did not want to work because the wonder is whether Paul Walker, who finished in 24th, if he was even in danger there. But Richard Blood might even be in, considering he was only 71 points clear. That's a possibility as well. Petrol Top Off, he had 42.90 going in. Big Daddy Thibodeau, he was at the top of he was at the head of the field. 42.73 going in. Ricky Walton, where was he? He fell down at the back at the end of that. Wow, that was surprising.
Oh, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Joe John Winchester, he was towards the front, if I recall. He had 42.52 going in. Jeff Shanice had 42.45 going in. And let's see, Jim Blossoms, he's probably fine. 42.42. Morris Mayfield, we're pretty sure he's good. 42.23 going in. Reverend Pastor Chavez, he's probably on the way out. 42.09. As Kevin Boner Pillman and Cobb Salad, 41.63 for him. Kevin Boner Pillman ended up finishing 20th, so he got a good enough run, but I don't think that was enough to really help his case. So we're going to go ahead and look at these stand-ins right now, as we're going to go ahead and see who needs to. Who, in fact. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this. Make sure our numbers are right. I apologize for this mathematical issue here, but we want to make sure that you have the right information for you here. So again, it looks like, let me go ahead and do that. So again, we know a couple things. We know that in first place, well, our top two are our winners, Paul Alcohol and Dirk Tanaka. They have made their way to the top of they have made their way into the next round. They are joined by Giacomo. They are also joined by Jean-Paul Henry.
The defending champion, 2 in a row, it's still
He will make it on. In 5th, Big Daddy Thibodeau. In 6th, Joe John Winchester. In 7th, Petrol Top Off. In 8th, number 69 himself, Morris Mayfield. Nice. In 9th place, Paul Walker. 00 drops a couple spots to 9th place, but he's still in. In 10th place, Jim Blossoms moves up from 12th to 10th.
Jim.
That means, now I can tell you right now, Cobb Salad is in fact out. Reverend Pastor Chavez is in fact out. Kevin Boner Pillman is in fact out. That leaves 3 cars to tell you about. In 11th place is Richard Blood, who finished in 31st. In 12th place, Ricky Walton, which means Jeff Shanice unfortunately has dropped out of this race. He has been eliminated. It is unfortunate, but that is how it goes. Jeff Shanice eliminated from this race. And that is an unfortunate turn of events there. But nonetheless, That is how it goes. So blood is not out. Salad, Pastor Chavez, Boner Pillman, and Shanice are eliminated. How close was it? How close was it that we almost had?
How close was the margin between 12th and 13th? What was the cutoff?
Oh hell, let me go ahead and take a look at that actually, because I think I just closed my thing out. Let me fix that right there for you. Get that open. Get that open there. We want to see what the margin of what the cutoff line was between those two cars. Well, we had Ricky Walton. Ricky Walton was in 12th. Let's add math. 43, 46 for Ricky Walton. Jeff Shanice, 43, 35. So that is a margin of 11 points. 11 points. It wasn't that close, but it's pretty dang close. That Ricky Walton saw safety. Well, we're going to go ahead and figure that out. We're going to go ahead and figure that out and make sure we get an updated standings for you, for all y'all. It was a hell of an auto race, wasn't it, Lord?
That was a goddamn auto race.
That sure was a goddamn auto race. Well, we thank you all for joining us for this goddamn auto race. We are going to be back for a double shot. So here's how it works. We are down to 12 cars with 2 races in the round of 12. The second round only has 2 races. And guess what? They're both happening in a week's time.
We are busting out the traveling caravan. We are going. We're having 2 races for the price of 1.
We're heading to Langhorne, Pennsylvania, at those 2 pit road officials from the Stone Mountain Race Memorial Speedway, and of course, we're heading after that to Alternate Right Turn Speedway in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Right after that, it just happens that way. Those are our 2 round of 12 courses. We can't wait for it. Lightning Lord, thank you as always. I'm Chip Chapman. This has been a goddamn auto race.
I got a piss!